Firstly, inspect the dorsal and palmar aspects of the patient's hands from the wrist downwards, noticing any scarring, erythema, swelling, or nail changes. Also note any postural abnormalities with the hand, which may indicate deformities, injuries, or nerve palsies, such as Boutonniere's deformity, mallet finger, or wrist, finger, and thumb drop. Then, palpate the palmar and dorsal aspects of the patient's hands, noting any swelling, temperature, stiffness, tenderness, or muscle wasting, especially on the thenar and hypothenar eminences. Be systematic and palpate from the wrist down over the tendons and joints, noting findings like Dupuytren's contracture. On to movement, ask the patient to flex, extend, ulnar, and radially deviate the wrist. Then make a fist, extend, adduct, and abduct the fingers. Then get the patient to move their thumb, showing flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, and opposition. Note any limitation in movement. If found, assess further via passive movement. Next, assess the individual joints of each finger in isolation by binding the other fingers and joints. Start with the metacarpophalangeal joint, then flexion at the proximal interphalangeal joint, facilitated by flexor digitorum superficialis, and flexion at the distal interphalangeal joint, facilitated by flexor digitorum profundus. Then assess the interphalangeal joint of the thumb by restraining the base and observing flexion, facilitated by flexor pollicis longa. Finally, assess sensation of each nerve. Radial nerve assessed by pricking thumb into webbing, median nerve by pricking index fingertips, and ulnar by pricking pinky fingertips, and asking if the patient felt the sensations and if it felt normal to them. In conclusion, it is important to be mindful of the clinical anatomy of the hand as well as the condition of the patient, as well as being systematic when conducting the hand exam.
Created using Powtoon.